we are about ready to get going here again. PvP Live versus Bleach Blones. Excuse me. Anyway, let's get some action here from the crowd, guys. Come on, give a cheer for these guys.
Uh-oh. All right. So, anyway, something just popped on my screen, and hopefully it means everything's still okay. We'll see. So anyway, the gate's about to open here. It's going to be Thugonomics once again. Danny Carey, Novos going up against Bluckstack, Swapsy, and Botar. And here we go. It is a game number one. Bluckstack going for that gateway. Is he going to be able to get it off? It looks like he will. No problem. They had his teammates kind of just guarding him there. He's going to be playing that sacrifice spec. Hasn't sacrificed his pet just yet, but he's going to use the spell lock. Now the sacrifice comes out. Thugonomics going to be cloned off immediately. Looks like they want to pressure Danny Carey here a bit. They have the dots up on him. Novo's going to be fully dotted up as well. The disarm coming out there on a Bluckstack. And we do have Demon Soul up for him. So Novos actually taking a lot of damage. Wow, but look at the pressure on Novos. Already dipping down about to half HP, but big heals coming out from Danny Carey. Going to be able to top him back off just as fast. Yeah, and he didn't even have to pop any cooldowns there, so that was it was some decent pressure there at the start, but it looks like he's going to be fine, no problem whatsoever. Here's all the cooldowns, though, coming out of Thugonomics. He's going to be going hard on a Bluckstack. We see that offensive ring, so he could not pour, but he does gate out of there very intelligently. He's going to have to use the Dark Region, the Hellstone as well, which is, fine. Going to have to counter those cooldowns with cooldowns. We did see Iron Bar going up there as well. The NS clone coming out onto Thugonomics, going to be able to shut down the remainder of that damage, so a nice job by Botar. They traded some cooldowns, but honestly, they were pretty stable there. So far, looking strong here for this LSD. We are going to see Thugonomics using both his spell reflex in a row there, trying to get back onto Bluckstack here, but Bluckstack going to be able to throw that Shadow Fury into the clone. It is a DR clone, unfortunately, but he's going to get feared off that. He wasted the Zerga Rage earlier, it looks like. He's going to actually be stuck in that, so I'm not sure if he was using a Howl or what, but Novos, once again, is the one taking the pressure here. Novos going to have to be pulling back a little bit. Danny Carey out, going to be able to land those heals on him, going to be able to top him back off. Root's going to be able to land there onto Thugonomics. He will get put into the Howl Terror as well. He has to get out of that. An offensive ring of peace, once again, that seems to be the strategy, just trying to deny that port, deny the blinks as they did last game. So definitely a strong strategy. You see Danny Carey, though, really the one behind on mana, as they were not against Swapsy. Yeah, Danny Carey, he did do a great job in the previous match, just being at low mana but not ever actually running out, so I don't know that that's a huge issue for him, but it is definitely something to keep in mind as we continue on through here. Yeah, I just don't think they're going to win on mana like they did against Shocky. Look at Botar, he's barely spending anything, he's going offensive, he popped Heart of the Wild, you see those Moonfires coming out, he's looking for them Wraths, he's trying to spread damage around, and a crit Heart of the Wild Wrath is huge damage, so are they going to be able to dip down Thugonomics? He is getting spam orb there by Danny Carey. You can see all those Mastery Orbs coming out as well. We do have that Fear, Intimidating Shout comes out, there's the Tremor, the offensive ring coming down just a split second too late to deny that Tremor Totem, but we do have the in-cap from behind, it looks like, from Danny Carey, who is going to be able to land that Dispel, but it is going to catch a UA for him as well. But there's a Hex now on Novos, no decurse for him. More Wraths being spammed out here onto Thugonomics. I like this big damage coming out on Thugonomics. The Shadow Fury does land on Danny Carey and Thugonomics. A Life Cocoon forced out there. Danny Carey down to about 100k. Thugonomics is going to get top back off into the Howl Terror. Will Zerka Rage that one, but Novos going to have to sit through that for a little bit. Yeah, I definitely, watching Danny Carey's mana now at this point and the amount of healing he's having to put out is definitely something that I may end up eating my words from a moment ago. Look at this swap onto Botar. The Shockwave comes in. He's going to pour it out of there with the Symbiosis. He's going to pop his Shroom as well, get himself top back off. He wants to focus on Bluckstack. I like the choice. Soul Fourth regrowth there. Danny Carey, though, going for the drink. I like this. They need to stop it. We see that Swapsy trying to get in there, but he's going to get knocked back by Novos, allowing him to get about 30, 40,000 extra mana there. So a big play by Novos. He's kind of just guarding that drink for Danny Carey, who was realizing, mana really is an issue this time around. Last time he's maintaining at low mana, but he never even tried to go for a drink. This time he's really needing to early, and now Novos going to have to trinket that Hex. We see the offensive ring of peace once again coming out there. This time Danny Carey going to pop his Aura Mastery, going for that Mana Tea, trying to get some heals out, but Thugonomics going to get cloned. He's going to trinket that actually. Will that be a mistake? Not popping his cooldowns with that trinket. He may be able to get full CC next time he pops them. Yeah, definitely a very interesting choice to go ahead and use that trinket in that case. It didn't even look like he was particularly pushing for a kill or anything. There was no risk of anybody dying, so I'm not really sure that was a great choice, but we'll see how it ends up working out for him. He's still doing lots of damage now, swapping over onto Bluckstack yet again. Does get Shadow Furied, and he's going to get away for just a second, but back once again. Thugonomics has been all over his targets all game. Yeah, there's the meld coming out from Botar. He just has had enough of Zwen. He doesn't want to on them anymore, so he's going to go for that meld. Thought he might go for the drink, but here's the swap once again back onto Botar. It looks like this is going to be the strategy. But Botar, he's all over it. He's back behind the pillar, LOSing Novos. Novos can't connect, and they're not going to be able to get a kill solo like that on Botar. He's too good. You see him displace her away. He's just sprinting back over to the other pillar. Here's the Shockwave now coming in. The offensive ring of peace. He's kind of caught in a bad spot. Has to trinket and pour out of there. Good kiting from him. He's going to have to pop Ursox as well here, though. We see Thugonomics Thugonomics popping all cooldowns here. Can they get the CC that we talked about on him with this? Instead, it looks like they just want to put damage into him. The bash comes out, though. This is what we talked about. He may get cloned off this as well. There's the mass entanglement coming out on Thugonomics. He's going to be able to intervene out, but able to get away there is Botar. And, Thugonomics just did not have that trinket. He's back in a battle stance now, and he does have full rage, so he's going to be spamming out those slams, trying to get the most possible damage out here that he can.
Yeah, it looks like a Blood Horror is going to send him away there for just a second. And yeah, he could have gotten a lot more damage in there if he'd still had his trinket up, but unfortunately did not. Now still just coming after Bluckstack nonstop. He really wants Bluckstack's face. He wants it smeared all over his axe at this point. That's what he's after.
Yeah, definitely, man. So Swap's going to have to pop the Shaman Rage there. They're going to swap off it. We do see that the Bluckstack taking some damage. Novos, his trinket almost back up. Danny Carey still has trinket will. He's not really having to use any of that. Swap's going to pop his Shaman Rage. Maybe just for a mono there. Not quite sure, but the Trank does come out from Botar. Going to be able to top everyone back off. And so far, it's seeming like PvP Live is hanging around pretty well. And, as we start to move up towards that timer, we are going to see that dampening is now active. So it's going to get harder and harder for them with that MS, but maybe Bluckstack, Swapsy, and Botar are going to be able to put out enough spread pressure to really prove me wrong here.
Yeah, dampening is now active, so that's going to start to be a factor here very, very soon. Danny Carey is still hovering at around 10k mana. Actually, wow, dipping down pretty low there for just a second. Does get a little bit of Manatee off, but it's not going to be enough to push him back up that 100k. And he's having to heal like crazy just to keep Thugonomics alive right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Bluckstack with that trinket proc, going to be trying to spread out those dots. But look at Thugonomics, did dip down kind of low. He does have Bladestorm, Bloodbath, or perhaps it was just Bloodbath trinket, I guess, up actually. So obviously going to knock him away. Danny Carey catching UA Dispel, dipping down a little bit. But he's just going to spam those healing orbs out onto himself. He's going to be able to top himself back off, no problem. So obviously with that Lava Surge proc, going to shoot out the instant Lava Burst. And Danny Carey once again going for drinks. And they need to watch this, man. They cannot let him get away with this because, it looks like they're trying to win on mana kind of thing. They're having this spread pressure, but if you let him ever get these drinks off, it's never going to happen. And now the Aura Mastery is up there for Danny Carey. Thugonomics going to have to pop that Zerga Rage once again. We do see him into the Shadow Fury from Bluckstack, and I'm going to follow this Warlock, see what he's making happen so far. He's going to be actually dotting up that Zwen, maybe going to try to kill it off, but it has a lot of HP, so not sure if he's going to be able to accomplish that. And now it looks like Swapsy is the main target.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a whole lot of damage to him at the moment. Nothing too major just yet, but this is the sort of thing that can turn around in a hurry with that Elemental Shaman, as we've seen so many times in so many recent matches. All of a sudden, people can just start dipping really, really low. Looks like they've actually switched back onto Bluckstack now at this point. And then back and forth again. They're spreading their damage a little bit, which I kind of like a little bit. I kind of like the idea of, let's just make sure that we keep Botar on his toes. Don't let him ever get too comfortable.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And as you can see in this cooldown tab, Thugonomics almost has his cooldowns remaining. He does use his trinket once again, just seconds before Wreck and Avatar and Skullbender, and everything's coming back up. So once again, Cook gets CC'd on that. He's going to be Blood Horde now, but his cooldowns are up in 5 seconds. And if he gets full clone on that, as a result, that's definitely going to be a shame. You maybe want to sync that back up because, as you said, there's not really any chance of a kill right here. Ironbark going to be used there on Bluckstack. Bluckstack though hotted up. Swapsy taking a little bit of damage, has the double flame shock on himself from that spell reflect, but Botar going to dispel that. MCS coming out there on Danny Carey, who still has trinket, still has will, really has not been able to get much CC on him at all. And Bluckstack's just going for the pressure game, honestly. He's not really looking for the crowd control. Dive of the Sword's going to come up there, though, from Thugonomics.
Yeah, and looking at Danny Carey's positioning, yeah, once again, he's going to use Transcendence, get behind this pillar over here, and start drinking. Didn't get too much out of that one, but it is just something that he's constantly been doing, being careful with his positioning. Novo's actually taking a big hit there for a second, but looks like he will be fine. And yeah, just sustaining as long as possible. Both teams just staying alive like crazy.
Yeah, man, I mean, dampening, stacking up, man, it's going to be getting harder and harder, but Botar going to pop the Heart of the Wild. He used it early on, and now he's going to have that second one. All cooldowns out from Thugonomics, though, here. I do have the offensive ring of peace. Are they going to be able to CC on him on it? He does not have the trinket available, so NS Clone could be strong. Yep, there's the NS Clone, and now he's going to pay the price for wasting that trinket earlier as the Wreck does expire. So does the Skull Banner. Swapsy, pretty much dead right now. Botar trying to spread out some of this damage. You can see Danny Carey starting to really, really hurt on mana, and using that early heart is really paying off. Look at this spam Wrath coming out. They're trying to keep him on the back foot. Deny that pressure. Look at Thugonomics starting to dip down. Shield will have to come out. Bluckstack, though, also in some trouble here. He's going to pour it out of there. He pops Dark Regen. He pops the Hellstone as well. Danny Carey going for the drink. This is huge. They need to stop it, but Danny Carey is getting so much mana right now. He just drank 150,000 mana there. That was huge for his team, and that could cost Bleach Bones here the game.
Yeah, definitely. That's the sort of thing that you cannot let happen in this position when you're trying to put out damage and to slowly win by sustain. You can't let the healer drink. You just can't. That's not how you win.
I mean, dampening plus MS, just you can see them starting to struggle through this. Botar sat at full mana basically the whole game. Now he's at half, and he's struggling to pick Blizzcon back up. It's just MS plus dampening, man. It's an incredibly strong combo there. And we're seeing just how good it is in this match. How much longer do you really think they can hold on? Do you think that they have the spread pressure really to Danny Carey before Botar falls too far behind on Blizzcon?
Well, I mean, if they keep letting him drink, they'll never let him go out of mana. So they need to start stopping. They need to start stopping him from drinking again. We are about to cross the 10-minute mark, which means that dampening will already be at 30%, which actually means it's more effective than Mortal Strike at this point.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy, man. And Swapsy, he's sitting around taking a little bit of damage. There's the shockwave coming out on Blizzcon. He's going to trinket that, and he knows he needs to start kiting well. He can't just tank damage anymore because Botar, look at his mana, it's just steadily going down. Danny Carey's is as well, but there's the cooldowns coming up once again from Thugonomics, just the 1-minute ones. We do have Trinket, we do have Bloodbath up there as well, just trying to get some pressure out. Interesting that he's playing Bloodbath without Bladestorm, though. That's kind of an unusual choice, but Danny Carey once again down to 40k mana. Botar hanging around at about 90k right now. Bluxac does have his Demon Soul up, so this could be a bit of a scary time here for Thugonomics. He does not have Shield Wall. I don't think he has parry either, so the damage is going to be coming out pretty heavily onto him. Danny Carey getting low on mana. We're going to watch him see if he does go for that drink here pretty soon, because he's at 2k mana, man. He is tapped. But Botar into the Shockwave. Bluxac in some trouble here. They're going to look for the follow-up CC. Here comes Danny Carey, but there's a Flame Shock on him, so he's not actually going to be able to get parried unless he does have that glyph. I'm not sure if he is playing with that. And Novos has to pop his Charm Rage. He's pulling back. Botar with the Innervate. And Bleach Bones needs to get aggressive here, man. They don't need to pull back. Look at Danny Carey's mana. He's going to get 40k back from the T, but I feel like they need to capitalize here. Die by the Sword is going to be popped by Thugonomics, but he's stuck in a root during that. And once again, Danny Carey going for the drink, and they're just,
they're just not stopping him. They're just not interrupting it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the sort of, like, they've had him so low on mana so many times. All they got to do is him basically, and they've got the match. There he is down now at 2k mana, but he gets the drink off again. He gets the Mana Tea off, and he's just able to keep these guys alive for way longer than he reasonably should be able to.
I mean, I understand why it's so hard to push in against this, against that warrior, against that Ellie. You don't want to be in a bad spot, but at the same time, you have to choose your time. You have to pick it and go for it, because otherwise, this is what's going to happen. He's going for the drink once again here. Not even sure how he got out of combat there, as he was just spamming orbs, but I guess he was just placing them, not putting them on a player, which is pretty smart. So, once again, Danny Carey, 150,000, going to get 200k mana now. He's going to full mana, man. 220k mana there. The Howl comes out on Thugonomics, and Botar, slowly but surely, he's going down and down and down. He doesn't have Innervate for another minute. He's down to 50k, and he has not had a chance to get these drinks. You see he's having to use more and more Regos. He's having to use the NS now. Full Hots and Regrowth, not enough. Now he has to use the Shroom. Full cooldowns coming out here from Thugonomics. He does have Wreck up. He does have his Trinkets up as well. He's doing a lot of damage to Swapsy, but Charm Rage has been popped. The Bash did come in there on Thugonomics. He's just going to swap it back over onto Bluxstack, and Danny Carey, sitting pretty on that mana. Full Howl going to be coming out here on Thugonomics, so late Zerker Rages did come off cooldown there. Bluxstack doing a good job with that, but Demon Soul back up here, and they're going to have to get something done. Tranquility coming out, but look at Swapsy. He's just going down and down through it. Dampening is getting absolutely massive at this point. With Dampening and MS, the healing reduction is almost at 60-70%.
Yeah, we're just passing the 12-minute, 30-second mark, which means Dampening alone is getting above 45%. There is next to no healing going out on anybody with Mortal Strike active at this point, so they need to be very, very careful with any damage that they're taking, and someone needs to get a kill at this point.
Well, once again, Danny Carey sits down, drinks another 100,000 mana, and Botar here on the other time. He doesn't have a chance to sit down, man. The warrior damage is not going to stop. I don't think he has a chance. There's the NS clone coming out. Danny Carey doesn't have a trinket here. Could this be trouble for Novos? Novos in the bash. The wall comes out from Thugonomics. Blockstack having to use those healing cooldowns just to try to help out Botar, try to give him a little bit of hand with that healing. The shield wall will expire here, but Danny Carey is ooming pretty quick once again. Botar sitting on no mana. He needs to meld and go for a drink or something, but his teammates are just not ever having really a chance to get away. And look at Blockstack. He's just getting grinded down here. We're almost at that timeout, though, and I'm not sure who's winning on damage, man. So that will be interesting if it does come down to that. We haven't had a timeout just yet, but we are getting a minute or two away from that timeout. So can they actually make it to it? We'll find out. Bluckstack trying to survive here, but look at Botar. He just has nothing left. There's the Incap. This could be it for Bluckstack. Bluckstack down about 100k HP. He does a sprint port, gets away. A beautiful choice there. I think that's the only thing that could have kept him alive, but will it be enough? 90k. Look at these Hots. They just don't do anything anymore. There's the leap. Here's the Shockwave. This could be it. A nice knockback from Swapsy. Can he keep him alive? 20k. The Incap comes out. 10k, and he's going to go down.
Wow. That happened 1 minute before the timeout, at which point that match would have ended in a draw. That was a very long draw, and that's definitely the longest match we've had so far here at the tournament. Both teams just able to keep each other alive for such a